Hello everyone and welcome to the 45th episode of the series. In this episode we're going to continue on flattening the area towards the edge of the town area. I'm not sure if I'm making a town or not, honestly. I need to cut down some trees so they're not in the way all the time. And it's not like I can just plant a bunch more. At some point I am going to make a tree farm anyway, so... Anyways... I spent a bunch of time just kind of getting rid of plants here just to get them out of the way. And I'm going back into the strip mine and continue working on it. I was making a shortcut getting through here, so I don't have to walk all the way around. The exit holes should be kind of near the staircases, not too close to it though. Oh, I don't think that's the shortcut. I do make a shortcut at some point to get back to the main tunnel here. Oh, I think that's just another tunnel. Oh, I get what's going on now. It's been a while since I recorded this. And back to flattening. So I'm just basically making some tunnels through the main part, looks like. I'm not doing much of anything of interest in this episode. It's gonna be. I'm just flattening some land out. I should probably cut that tree down. At this point, I really don't have much interest in this world. There's a world that I've been playing, I have been recording, that I enjoy a lot more. And I don't know why I'm not posting that one instead, because I enjoyed this world a lot better than this one. Ah, I see. I'm working on getting these tunnels done. I can, at this point, get 2 of them done per night because of how short these tunnels are gonna be. I took care of the crops here. I do make a kind of a border here to work with. I know I need to go a bit closer to the hill at some point, but for now I'm just kind of trying to focus on getting a certain amount of the area done so I don't feel overwhelmed by this. Got stuff out of my inventory and put them in the chest. Sometimes I will double check something just to make sure that it's correct, like where the torches are, because I have a certain amount of space between torches. I don't think it's exactly ideal amount, but it works for me. All you would hear if I was doing this live, the tunneling part, you're gonna only hear me going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then light, or sometimes I will say 6, because the torches are about 6 blocks from each other. There's a 5-block space between, of empty space between them. I was trying to get an even amount of, or get to a point where I have enough for certain things with sugar cane. I'm probably going to just make paper out of that instead. For now, I'm just going to continue flattening this area up to a certain point. I made a bunch of paper. Some of that paper is going to be going into the museum chest unless I already have some. I have a lot of redstone going on in my chest. I mentioned in the last episode AFK fishing. One thing with this that AFK fishing farm that I can do, I can't show you what I'm exactly talking about. I have a clothespin that I super glued a certain part of it because they tend to break on me, to make sure they don't break, and I always change the button to like one of the buttons on the edge of the keyboard and just clip my clothespin to it. Clothespins are quite handy for different things, like keeping the chip bag closed so the chips don't go stale. Because I don't eat them fast enough. They're good at holding things too. Because I got a couple clothespins right by me holding some information about another game that I've been playing. So I can keep track of things. And I still enjoy the Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver game a lot. Because it's just mostly nostalgic for me. Because I had Pokemon Crystal. I still have that cartridge still. I don't have a working Game Boy anymore. I don't know what happened to my Game Boy. I don't remember what happened, but I still have it. It just doesn't work. I haven't bought a gaming console for a very long time. The last console I bought was a Nintendo DS. That kind of works. It's mostly because of how expensive a lot of these are, and also space. I don't have a whole lot of space to have a bunch of them anyways. And that money can be used for other things, like my fish tanks, which are actually quite not cheap to take care of, but I enjoy it. My Pleco is very funny sometimes. Right now he's just hanging on top of one of the plants, just kind of enjoying the light. His name is Norman, after my grandpa. Because he used to have a bunch of Plecos, and I always would sit in front of his fish tank watching them just do their thing. It amused me. He also had angelfish. I'm not real fond of angelfish. They can be quite a bit of a jerk. Though it's because of the type of cichlid they are. They're part of the cichlid family. That's what I read. They're also not easy to keep either. I've seen them lay eggs before. I also seen discus do this, lay eggs too. They're expensive and also not easy to keep either, from what I can tell. My fish tank has neons, neon tetras, zebra danios, and some guppies, because my guppies will not stop breeding. I have a separate tank for guppies, and they just had some more babies again. I need to deal with them because that tank is too small for how many they have. And I need to do something about it. I have a fish store that I would go to. I'm going to see if they would take them. Because I'm concerned about their health. And I've been separating the males and female guppies too. But there's so many of them. And it's hard to tell what gender they are when they're very young until a certain point. My guppies love being interacted with. I would make faces on one side of the tank and they would go stare at me. Then I go to the other side of the tank and do the same thing and then they follow me. And then I go to the other half of the tank. My two tanks are a 10-gallon and 29-gallon. I have two smaller tanks also that are not being used currently. I might pass one of the tanks along to one of my siblings. That tank gets passed around between the siblings a lot. Anyways, I'm putting stuff away because it's the end of the episode here. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye!